What is up, guys and gals? It is your favorite neighborhood Fry the Cop Guy, and we're in my house because it's almost midnight. But it doesn't matter because we're in my house, so we can be as loud as we want. Ha! No, for real, don't be that loud. Anyway, welcome guys, welcome to my channel. This video is going to be about some tips and tricks for you being a beginner rider, and something to look forward to, or something to look out for when you first start riding. Let's start it up.
Unit heading up to the Code 3 chase. Suspect was last reported southbound on Highway 99. The reported party. All units go to condition 2.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your friendly neighborhood cop guy back at it again, having a great old time, and just love making all these videos. And recently, like I said, I had some personal stuff go on, so it's kind of made some things a little bit difficult, but I'm doing my best. I'm getting out there and I'm doing a thing. But for this video, again, we're going to go over some 5 tips and tricks for beginner riders that I learned, and it kind of helped me along the way as far as what I think mattered the most when you start to get into riding to begin with. For the first thing, ride and explore new places. I'll just literally go on Yelp and be like, oh, I like this food place, or I like this particular hike, or I like this particular place, and I'll just go. Look up the fun places to explore and pick the scenic route. Don't always pick the highway. Delaware has a lot of really flat and straight roads, which is kind of lame. If you go on like your Waze app, do no highways, or do no toll roads or anything like that. Like, go out and see those kinds of things. Don't just always do the same road over and over and over again. Make it fun, make it interesting. Keep riding interesting by picking new places to sightsee or eat. Like I said, for me, I like to go to new restaurants. So I like to go to new places and new breweries. I don't drink and ride. If I do drink, I space out my drinks, and I'm there for quite some time. I don't never condone drinking and riding, but just be smart about certain things. You're a grown adult. Just be mindful of those kinds of things, and look for places that interest you. It makes your riding more enjoyable, especially if you're going to go find places that are, crabby dicks, that are new and exciting. Number 2, dress for the slide, not the ride. Always dress for the slide, not the ride. You don't want to be out there being that guy riding in a t-shirt and flip-flops going 180 on I-95. For one, you're going to die. For 2, no one cares that you're going fast. Every single person that you fly by going 180 miles an hour thinks you're an idiot, and no one cares. Yeah, it might be cool, it might be fun for a little bit. When you keep doing that long enough, you're going to die. You're going to get hurt. Wear the appropriate gear for the time of year. I just went for a ride when I made this video. I wore my balaclava. I had my undershirt, my underpants, my overpants, and then I had my jacket on with my helmet, with my gloves, and all my stuff on. So, ride, wear the gear for the appropriate seasons, and spend the money and get multiple season gear. Yeah, you're going to spend more money up front, but that multiple season gear is going to help you in the long run. So get that multiple season gear, spend the money up front, so you don't go worry about spending it on the tail end when you have to buy all kinds of sets of gear, and now you're cold, or you're too hot, or what have you. And number 3, always expect the unexpected, especially adverse conditions. Expect the worst conditions at all time when you're going to ride, and how to handle them. If the road all of a sudden turns into a dirt road, what do you do? If all of a sudden you go into a corner, and all of a sudden there's just dirt in the road, what do you do? There's leaves in the road. There's this in the road. Expect the unexpected at all times. Expect that the person in front of you is going to hit you. Expect that the road, as you turn the corner, is going to be ice, even if it's 80 degrees outside. Whatever. Obviously, have some kind of judgment, but be mindful. Be mindful of the things. Expect the worst conditions when you're going to ride, and you just make sure you know how to handle them. That's what this comes down to. When I started making this video tonight, it was clear. I mean, it was a nice clear night out. There was no issues. And then halfway through the ride, it started to really, really rain. And I just slowed my tempo down a little bit. I mean, yeah, there wasn't really anyone near me because it was kind of late at night, but just slow your tempo down a little bit. You know, you don't have to be flying through every corner going 80 miles an hour. Just take your time. You know, the person behind you, if they get too close to you or they're being annoyed, then just pull to the side or have them go around you. No one cares. You know, you're not out here to drag me. You're not out here to hurt yourself or hurt anybody else. So just be careful. Also, pack the right gear. And also make sure you bring stuff to clean your visor. Like for me, I was an idiot and I didn't bring a towel to wipe my visor off when it started to rain. So it started to rain, my visor got kind of messed up. I kind of used my gloves. You might see it in part of this video, you might not. I don't remember if I put that in here or not, but you'll see me like wiping my visor and stuff like that. You don't want those kind of issues, especially when you're riding and you're going 40-50 miles an hour. You don't want to be worrying about trying to wipe your visor so you can see, especially when it's nighttime. So be mindful of that. And number 4 kind of goes along number 3. Do your favor and ride in all kinds of weathers and temperatures. Don't be afraid to ride in the rain or when it's really hot outside. Your newsflash: your motorcycle can ride in the rain. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's going to be a little more slippery, and the coefficient of friction and water and all the science BS, whatever. You can do it. Don't be afraid to ride in the rain. Your bike can handle it, and so can you. Just be a little more careful. You might be mindful. And ride when it's really hot outside. I mean, like, get the gear for it so you can ride. And like I said, your AC is the wind blowing. You know, going 50 miles an hour and the wind coming through, it's going to feel good. I mean, when you stop, it's going to suck a little bit, but you'll be okay. You won't melt. It's going to make you really appreciate the good days even more when you ride in all kinds of weather. Because when you get caught in that rain or you get caught in the really hot days and you have those really, really nice days, it makes you really enjoy those days so much more, especially when it's riding. So ride in all kinds of different kinds of weather. It's going to make things so much better. And it'll also teach you better habits as far as hydration, planning your rides better, and making your rides even more easier and comfortable. And for the very last thing, which is the most important out of all of these, was number 5, have fun. And find out what type of riding you really like to enjoy. Learn all different kinds of riding styles. Ride on the dirt, ride in gravel, ride on pavement, ride on the track, ride on single track. Do all kinds of different things, and don't, for the love of God, don't knock other riders. Every motorcycle is cool. Everything on 2 wheels is a neat experience. The cruisers, the dual sports, the sport bikes, we're all in this together to have a good time. Just have fun. We're all in this to have the shiny side up and not crash and go home and say, damn, that was a really nice day. So, like I said, for all those things, all those 5 things, that's the most important, is to have fun and just have a really enjoyable time. As always, thank you for checking me out. Please leave a like and subscribe. I love hearing your feedback and your comments. Also, let me know if you want a part 2. I'm sure I can scrounge up some other ideas. There's just so many tips and tricks out there, and there's so many things that people put out that they really enjoy. But as always, I hope you have a wonderful and great day. And as always, be safe out there and ride with a shiny side up.